How to play Heroscape. Heroscape is an amazing figure-based fantasy game based on battles between characters from all time frames. This includes fantasy figures as well as characters like 1776 Minutemen, World War II Airborne, Matrix-type agents, and then skeletal warriors, dragons, Mechs, Marvel, and so on. Steps. 1. Characters. First of all, the original author of this page believes that Syvarris is the best character, because of his range and double attack ability. If you can get Syvarris on a hill to gain the height bonus, he becomes nearly invincible. Especially if you can surround him with a squad of tough characters like the Knights or Utgar's minions. Mechs work well as protection too, and have great range in most cases. 2. Board elements. Note which board elements are in play and choose characters that play well with those. For example, the Microcorp Agents are awesome if there is a lot of water on your board, the Obsidian Guards gain a ranged attack in lava, and if you have a road on the board, the Dumutef Guard is actually a pretty good use of 25 points. If you have a lot of variable height terrain, make sure to get some characters with range. The best of these are the Krav Maga Agents, the Airborne Elite, and, again, Syvarris. The only ranged characters with no real use are the Massachusetts line, since they are so slow. Again, this is just the opinion of one person, and many would disagree with him, her. The characters are all well balanced, and each has their own uses. There really aren't any figures that are hands down better than any others. Your playing style, the map, and the rest of your army impacts the worth of the figures more than anything. 3. Building the board. Try to get a lot of height variance in your board, because playing on a flat field does not allow characters to take advantage of their abilities. Make sure you build in ways to get to the top of hills other than flying. Most characters cannot climb higher than their height, and Syvarris is not as good if he's standing in a field as if he's standing on a hill. Place trees to block lines of sight to each starting spot, but that do not block sight lines from each starting spot. 4. Use combinations. Several squads have the power of bonding, which allows them to move certain heroes before moving themselves. The Knights work very well with Sir Denrick here, for example, as Denrick can actually have 2 turns every turn. First the Knights move him, then you place him later in your turn for another go with Denrick. Denrick has 4 defense dice, and is great against monsters like Krug, Su, Bok, Na, Mimring, and anyone huge. Send him in and back him up with Kelda if you can. 2 turns with 6 attack dice can't be beat, even by the Mechs. Other good combinations are Syvarris and Taelord, the Gruts along with Grimnak and Krug or another beast, and the Scotsmen, though they suck, can be used with Denrick to give him 3 turns every turn. Other great combinations are Grimnak with the Gruts, as Grimnak can eat his way through any squad in as little as 1 turn. If you play, you know sometimes you don't get too many chances with Grimnak. Having a Grut reserved to give the Dino Rider an extra turn is a great play. 5. Mechs. Mechs are cool, but be warned, though they are tough, an all-mech team has never won any game I have witnessed. 6. Gorillinators. These guys are wearing plate armor. This means that in their simple minds they believe themselves to be Mechs. This is why they are invincible, because they hold the power of a mech in their minds so hard that they become Mechs. Automatic, self-propelled death dealing beasts of unequal destructive, chaotic annihilation. Gorillinators for short. 7. Water. Make sure to put some water on every board. Otherwise, no one will ever play the Morrow Warriors, Microcorp Agents, or Snakes. And that would be too bad. Tips. Game types: race to the finish, race opposite ways to each other's starting spot, capture the flag. Warnings. Don't let your kids or dogs get the pieces. Heroscape can be a slightly expensive game, depending on how large you want your collection to be and your own personal finances. Not intended for internal use. Heroscape is not a collectible game. It is an expandable game. Things. Heroscape can be purchased at most giant stores, as well as online. 1 figure, Nerak, the Glacial Swog-Rider, was a promo fig from the fall of 2005 and is more or less only available at this point on eBay. But you really don't need it. Seriously. It ain't worth $30. Trust me. Characters.